Hi, Pat. Okay, so you just need your chair, right, Ronky?
Yep.
Jim Gilday is coming?
Yes.
That chair. I'm sorry, not the one you're
Like an
sitting in.
actual chair?
I thought you meant that
chair.
chair.
I was like, a chair.
So we just need Jim Gilday and an opportunity to introduce Brent Davenport as our new ex officio member of the committee. Brent, are you there?
His screen is available, but he's not on it.
Yep.
I think this is actually.
Yeah, it's a bench.
I love that you guys are doing this. This is very funny. Let me.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Well, in the interest of time, we should kick off on time because, oh, but we need Jim. Sorry, never mind. We'll wait for Jim. Beat the chair.
I just texted him.
Okay. I'm texting Brent Davenport to tell him we have no sound for him if he's speaking. There we go. I got him. Ron, you're good.
Thank you.
All right. Hi, Jim. All right. Do you have sound, Jim? Oh. All right, hold on. Brent Davenport, we now see you. Can we hear you?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. How about Jim Gilday? Jim, you're muted. You just muted though. Try again. Unmute and see if we can hear you. Hi, Mike Rocco.
Hi, Dr. Pritchard. Hi, Dr.
You don't have much
McCartney.
sound.
Hi, Dr. Charleglia.
Oh, I hear you. Okay. Okay.
There
Try
it is.
Jim. There
Now
we
you can hear.
Oh. Now we still can't hear you. Oh,
Yeah.
and he's gone. I was gonna say that's the answer is to go away and come back.
Come back. Yep.
Actually, Brent and Pat, you guys are not up first, but do one of you want to command the screen when the time comes? Okay. Let's let
Yeah, I think
Jim.
I have this one and Pat has the second committee,
Okay,
so
all right.
I'll take this one.
Okay. And formally, we are going to close this meeting but this is the same link, right? Or are we doing a different link, Ronky?
Two different links.
Okay. Okay.
Just to keep the recording.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, Jim, another sec. Just give Jim another sec. All right, Jim. No, all right, Jim.
I was gonna say you want to dial in. Oh, that was scary. Oh, that was scary.
All right. So why don't we? All right. So why don't we? Who's got the echo? Who's got the echo? Okay.
Might be Jim.
All right. Is it gone now? Okay. Sadly, it's Jim. Okay. Jim, can you hear us? None of the above. Oh, great. He's got neither. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Second. All right, Jim, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay, you're good now. Ronky, you guys may have to mute too, but we'll try.
Are you getting an echo from us as well?
Well, we'll see. Okay, go ahead, Jim. The meeting's yours. Sorry about that.
All right. I will figure out why my camera's not working in a second too, because it was working before. But I'll get started while I'm doing that. So would like to call the meeting to order at 3:04. I'm very sorry for the lateness of the time. Had some technical difficulties. I've noticed there's a lot of folks here who may be new. We haven't met since April. So Alice, I don't know if you want to just kind of go around the room and have your folks introduce themselves, and then we can have board members do something similar.
That would be great. Thank you, Jim. Alice Pritchard, Executive Director at CTECS. Why don't we go to Mike Crocco?
Mike Crocco, Superintendent of CTECS.
Okay, Brent and Pat, you guys want to go?
Brent McCartney, I'm the education consultant for the architectural construction trades and our WBL program.
Hi, I'm Pat Chaliglio. I oversee the adult education courses apprenticeship program here at CTECS, also the licensed construction trades.
All right, so Todd Birchko, and then the room, and then we'll come back to Brent Davenport.
Todd Birch, State Apprenticeship Director.
Hi, Sean Coyne, Vice President of Human Resources at Electric Boat.
Kelly Valeries, Chief Workforce Officer at the Office of Workforce Strategy.
Martha Stallings, Chief Strategy and Engagement Officer for CTECS.
Tracy Ariel, Director of Workforce and Business Engagement, Office of Workforce Strategy.
Great, thank you guys so much. And I'm very excited to introduce and let him tell you who he is, Brent Davenport, who's our first ex officio member of this business and industry committee, though we expect to have others. But Brent, welcome, and why don't you introduce yourself and then we'll jump into the agenda.
Brent Davenport, Vice President, owner of Schaffer Beacon Mechanical.
Okay, he's got a lot more he could say, but we'll let you do it we'll let you do it as we go along. All right, Jim, you wanna just
All right, head on for a second. Yeah, so absolutely. And for everyone, my name is Jim Gilday, and I have a brown curly hair. It's kind of gray, it's graying, and hopefully I'll get my camera resolved in a second.
we have your camera. We have your camera. We do.
We just got a new monitor here. I'm in my orange office instead of the Fairfield orange office, so I came to orange. They just put a new monitor in, so I'll work through it while we're giving a presentation, I'm sure. But we do item number 3A, minutes from our April 23rd meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
Yes, motion.
Motion by Sean
Second.
Coyne. Is there a second? Second, Todd
Second.
Birch. Any discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Alice, I'll turn the item 4 over to you to introduce our speakers.
Okay, great. Or Ronki, do you want to do that since you prepped them?
All right.
Sure. So we are doing our partnership in action, and I have the distinct honor of introducing our great consultants, Brent McCartney and Pat Chaliglio, who oversee our carpentry programs and our adult education and HVAC programs. So without further ado, we are going to get into our partnerships in action presentation for this meeting. Welcome, Brent. Welcome, Pat.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having us. So I'm going to share my screen here. All right.
A great picture.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Did that on purpose just so I could show it. So you guys should be seeing a PowerPoint now, right?
Yes.
I can go back to the family picture if you'd like, but I think this is on the agenda, so we'll stick here. So I was asked, Pat and I were asked to kind of discuss a little bit about how industry helps us teach our kids, right? Increase learning objectives and outcomes for our students. And this is like tough because we get a lot of varied support. So I tried to put this into some buckets that we could speak about. So I'm going to talk briefly about scholarships and donations, and then talk about 2 recent donations that helped us do some expansion in our programs. So this is not an exhaustive list, but it's a good example of some annual scholarship opportunities that come our way for trade-bound students. There's lots of scholarships out there for students that are going on for post-secondary, but everyone that you see on here are for trade-bound students. So we thought it would be important to kind of highlight that today. So UCAC, the Utility Contractors Association of Connecticut, about 4 years ago started supporting us, and they, vary from 11 to 13 scholarships a year, all about $1,000 each, which is great. They do a dinner, the kids come out, and this is for all students in the construction trades. SMA and PMA both provide annual scholarships and have for many years. So it's very, Larry couldn't say enough good things about the support that comes that way for those students. Pat, I don't know how many years you've been working with CHCC with their scholarships. Well, I'm sure a while, but they give out.
Yeah, CHCC has been a great partner, Brent. Agree.
Yeah, so they give out around 3 annual scholarships, each $2,500 each. Clay Lacey, for our aviation students, gives out annual scholarships. That one ranges. Lou had a tough time pinning down one number, but a lot of support there. And then 2 years ago, Call Before You Dig came out and wanted to start. They wanted to do excavator training for our students, just when to call and all that kind of stuff. So we started doing that, and then they started giving us scholarship money. So last year they gave out 18 $811 scholarships to our students. If you don't know, that's the phone number for Call Before You Dig. A lot of people are like, where did they come up with that number? But that's their phone number. So donations, again, a lot of these have been around for a bit, but we just wanted to kind of give you a couple really big ones that we've been lucky enough to gain. So Gene Haas, anywhere from $8,000 to $33,000 a year, really goes to Larry, and he disseminates that out to all of his programs to promote CNC training throughout the district. So that's great. And then I know we had it on the board, but about 3 years ago, maybe they donated a large piece of machinery to Platt Tech. One that I haven't been able to talk to on the board, so I was happy to put that on here today, is the New England Concrete Manufacturers Association. So for 4 years, maybe 5 years now, I call him my grandpa, Wally. I say that because his son's name is Brent, has kind of adopted us and has been giving us pretty much most of the concrete materials that we use in our masonry and landscaping shops for all of those years. He also hosts about 100 landscaping and masonry students to their Northeast Hardscapes Expo every year, which is great to get the kids up there. They get to do some training opportunities and talk to vendors. So a lot of support comes from them anytime we need something. I'm doing forklift training this election day. He hooked me up with a guy that will be doing that for all of our masons and landscapers. So they're very, very helpful. And then we really wanted to mention Skills USA. So there's a state competition in March, and then there's the one that's, I guess it's going to be in Atlanta again this year, but it moves all around. But there's nationals that move all around. But the state competitions, about 75% of those funds come from industry. I can say proudly for me and Pat, all the construction ones are sponsored fully by industry, and they're all hosted by the local unions. So 777, the Masons Union, Carpenters, Electrical, they all host events, which is great. And then there's been increased support throughout the last couple of years with nationals, but we're hoping to get more support there. Heidi was thinking maybe like 15% of nationals is paid for by industry. So a lot more help could come that way. I think part of that is because some of the competitors aren't related to a trade. They do leadership things and stuff like that. So it's a little bit harder. And then they also, for skills, get a lot of post-secondary education. So 2 of the things that we wanted to highlight this year were some donations that we received that kind of allowed us to modify programming. So I'll let Pat speak to this slide first.
Yeah, so this is a combination between Schaefer Beacon, Mr. Davenport, who's on our board now, and Torco. They actually funded a VRF system, which is a variable refrigerant flow system. So unlike your traditional ductless splits where you have all heat or all cooling, VRF systems have been prevalent in the commercial side of the industry, HVAC industry, where you could choose heating and cooling at the same time. So, it's a lot of extra piping. So we were able to now infuse this in our Goodwin program. Right there is the outdoor unit that the students are standing in front of, and they're working on it as we speak, doing all the piping. We have another school also helping out in the installation of it, so it's more than just one school working on it. So it's given a lot of opportunities to students on what's new and upcoming in the residential market.
Right. And then I've talked about building and civil on the board before, but the last time I talked about it, I believe I was talking about Whitney. I think it was 4 years ago that I presented that I wanted to modify Whitney, and we did. So what we did was we removed the carpentry, the cabinetry competencies from the carpentry shop there, so that we could put in commercial building construction and civil construction or road work. We haven't even had a graduating class from that, but industry was so excited about that model and what that can do for that sector of construction that the Connecticut Construction Industries Association asked what it would take to do it again. So they donated about $100,000, well, not about $100,000, right there on the check, to modify vinyl carpentry. So now vinyl will not have a carpentry program. It will be called building and civil construction, just like Whitney. And with this, again, we removed all the equipment to do cabinetry, so that way we could add in the competencies for commercial building construction and civil. And through that, we were able to buy the materials and equipment needed. This really helps strengthen our partnership with the Carpenters Union, because this is a direct funnel into those employer stream. Excuse me, I can't talk. Increased exposure into other new employers too. So we've had a lot of people coming out of the woodwork that are interested that we really weren't servicing before. So a lot of heavy highway and a lot of bridge builders are really coming to the table wanting kids. So it's a really it was really helpful. It's a way to show how we can meet our mission, right? Adapting to industry needs and get out there. So again, we were asked to do a quick overview. This is not all the support we get. That we get a lot of other support, but this is kind of a quick overview. You can see how industry supports us. So I'll stop sharing my screen and see if anybody has any questions.
Lovely. Can you guys see me now? That's terrible for you guys. That's terrible for you guys. I do want to say, I know you prefaced your comments by, just a sampling of support. I know that, from one of my organizations I'm on, one of any is Manufacture Connecticut, and we just, we do certainly a big rollout of scholarships, and that's, truthfully one of our, what I would consider to be one of our signature initiatives there on that. So, lovely program that we participate in. Does anybody have any questions for Brent or Pat? Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere. I mean, you can, but don't go far. Jim, can I do the next part for us?
Absolutely.
Great. So we just had on here that we've been thinking about ex officio members, and again, we want to make sure that we're getting business and industry input into what we're doing on the board as well. And so Brent Davenport had reached out, and so he's one of the first individuals that we've got coming on to kind of balance the fact that we have a good number of people on the board from manufacturing. So wanted to get some other industry areas, and I'm very glad that Kelly and Tracy are here today, because we're eager to get that input without taxing people's already very taxed schedules, and recognize that the workforce boards and the state governor's workforce council have representatives from lots of other industries as well. And so we've talked about Ronki and I in our planning have talked about whether in particular, I think given that we have a couple of areas like health tech where it would be kind of nice to have somebody here, but again, want to tap into those who are already engaged through the Governor's Workforce Council or the regional sector partnerships. But the other idea is also to potentially maybe have some presentations to this group. So it doesn't mean that you have to be members of this group necessarily, but that maybe we could also have, an RSP come and share with us what they're seeing as trends, and do it that way. So that's not committee membership, but committee presentations. But we do want to make sure that we're getting, again, as we've reoriented this board into an advisory board, we want to make sure we're getting good intel. And Brent Davenport, for your purposes, is our first meeting. We are never this fast. We have nice long hour-long meetings, but we were trying to cram them into a short period of time today. So, but just want to get your all's reactions, particularly Tracy and Kelly, if you wouldn't mind, about the additional members versus maybe external presenters, and if you all have thoughts about what might work well. But we just want to make sure we're getting a well-rounded picture from industry.
But I personally think that the presenters would be good, because that would, you'd get more buy-in on a one meeting, since there are so many requests from industry. And then if we needed them to come back, we could ask them to come back for additional conversation. But I would say presentations would be my suggestion. And I think there, any of them would be willing. There'd be industry, whichever sector you'd want. I'm sure there'd be somebody who'd be happy to come and present.
Okay.
And I know we're working with Alice and her team. We have a fellow coming in that started at OWS this past month that is going to be focused on work-based learning. And one of his assignments is going to be working with the team at CTECS to understand how we can improve work-based learning experiences and get more companies involved. So the ultimate goal, right, would be everybody at CTECS having a work-based learning experience that could potentially lead to full-time employment upon graduation. And I think that, healthcare is another area that is just really important, and starting to really think about how we can maybe bring more advanced classes into the healthcare system, so that we're not just turning out CNAs that are really entry level, but we're getting dual and concurrent enrollment into, say, LPN programs or radiology or something like that. So I think potentially adding a healthcare representative would be beneficial to this group.
That's great. So maybe I can look to Tracy to help us with both, identifying somebody maybe from healthcare specifically, but then also helping us think about some presentations as we go forward. That would be great. Would appreciate that. And Todd Birch, we struggled to figure out whether you should sit in this meeting or in career pathways or both, obviously, because pre-apprenticeship is certainly the career pathway. Apprenticeship is certainly in business and industry and employment. So you got to be in both places, but there also might be, some labor union conversations we might like to have as well, as we're, again, thinking about things. So I assume, as always, I can tap you to ask, for some presentations. And if there are things that you think we should hear from. I mean, I know we have good working relationships with the unions, but also might be an opportunity for them to tell us what they're seeing, what trends they're seeing in their workforce, what shortage, kind of gaps in training they might be seeing, so that Pat can keep working on those things in the, trade related instruction. So, yeah, anyway, so I don't know if you want to comment, but.
Yeah, I would, thank you, Alice. Be willing to sit on all of those, obviously. It wouldn't just be the unions themselves. The unions themselves comprise of about less than 20% of overall construction. So we have associations, Pat had mentioned before. I think that would be for, I don't want to say equality, so to speak, but they also speak for the industry, to have conversations to see what needs are. Every time one of the unions obviously posts for apprenticeship opportunity, there's 5,000 applications for 5 spots. At the same time, There's a change in the hiring ratio laws. Thank goodness. It is now, as of yesterday, under the guise of the Department of Consumer Protection, which will open up the opportunity for more apprentices to be hired. And also extremely amounts more of pre-apprenticeship through work-based learning of all the tech systems. So I would be glad to assist and shepherd that. Again, pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship is the industry recognized credential for those occupations in the state of Connecticut. And absolutely, wherever you need me, you're right. I do fit in a couple of these different committees, so I'm around. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
If I could just tell one thing that Todd said, you know, certainly advocacy is, and he reminds me when we talk about the apprenticeship. I know I was wearing a different hat, but we advocated for that pretty strongly from a Manufacturing Connecticut perspective. And so participating in session and doing that was certainly important for us. I did talk to Jen Leeper recently, and just it's an opportunity. I mean, she's chairman of the Education Committee, and she would be willing to sit down, come to the committee, meet with the committee, come to committee meetings, and you know, just to hear her thought process and to perhaps interact with her may help with our advocacy piece.
That's great, Jim. Okay. Well, those were our agenda items for our quick 30-minute meeting today. We do have all of the other, do we have the other meetings on our calendar yet, Ronki, or just this?
Oh, we should do both. So if everyone could just have Jim give us the official adjourn motions and seconds, we can all jump onto the next link for career pathways.
Yes, ma'am. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Sean,
Yep.
sorry, motion by Todd, second by Kelly, I think. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. See you guys all next week.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, guys.
I can't hear you.
Really? All right, hang on.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I cannot hear you.
Hey, Siri, call Denise.